Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
School Stadium, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. District 9 6A Boys High School Soccer. The Irving Tigers and the Nimitz Vikings. Hi everybody, Rob Willman with you. John Nelson will join us here momentarily as you take a look at the Nimitz Vikings, who have already clinched a playoff spot in District 9 6A. Impressive season so far with a 14-2-2 record overall against the Irving Tigers, who have just maybe an outside shot and chance of making postseason play. But we all know when these two teams play each other, it's out the window, and it's city pride at stake. Jesuit, MacArthur, Nimitz, they're at the top teams with 26 points each. Skyline with 14, R.L. Turner with 10, Irving, Sunset, and W.T. White rounding out the bottom portion of the district play. You know, about the Nimitz Vikings, you've got a couple of players here that can put the ball in the back of the net. In fact, overall, Nimitz has a team that can put points on the board as well. Ironically, the last time the two teams played each other, they battled to a 0-0 tie. But the senior midfielder, Kevin Garcia, with 16 goals and 14 assists already this year. He's in the top 10 in the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth. And then their sophomore, which is Alex Aganu, has 13 goals. So he's right there as well as you take a look at the Vikings scoring. 16 goals, 13 goals, and then Hillis also with 7. Alfaro, Zavala, Lopez, and Mercado, you're scoring for Nimitz. So the guys in the dark uniforms, as you take a look at the Irving Tigers there in the light-colored uniforms, will have their work cut out for them defensively. But as we saw last week, you know, play a defensive game and you can come out with a tie. The starters, we talked about Zavala. There's also the sophomore, 15, the forward, Balboa, Hillis, Martinez, Solis, Velasquez, Reyes, some of your starters for the Vikings. And real quickly, the Tiger starters, the goalkeeper, Ivan Gonzalez, the defenders, Contreras, Ibarra, Mendez, Hernandez, and the midfielders, Andre, Fuentes, Diaz, Rosas, Vieira is a forward, and then Gerber Chavez also playing and starting for the Tigers tonight. Again, the Tigers are in the light-colored uniforms, Nimitz in the dark, and with the play-by-play is John Nelson.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. In goal for Nimitz is Diego Reyes, a senior. Ivan Gonzalez in goal for the Irving Tigers as Nimitz works it down the far side. Kevin Garcia. Going to see a lot of number 10 and 11 and 15 tonight for Nimitz. They come in averaging 3 goals a contest. Irving on the attack as they send it across the way to number 21, Hario Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the far side to Fuentes. Fuentes chased by Marco Solis over the touchline, and a throw-in for the Nimitz Vikings.
Well, Irving Tigers on the offensive as you take a look at the goalkeeper there for the Nimitz Vikings.
Nimitz 10th in the area. That's the North Texas area in scoring. They won 14 games this year. Irving just half of that. Trying to get started is Johnny Ibarra down the far side with Lopez, and this one over the goal line. And a goal kick coming up.
Lopez with some good speed there as he tried to break free down that sideline. The head coach for the Nimitz Vikings, Kim Fullerton, in his 3rd season, has taken the Vikings to the playoffs in each of his 3 years as a head coach, and they've clinched another one as you take a look at the defender, Johnny Ibarra, who will have his hands full on that far wing.
Goal kick, Ivan Gonzalez. Gonzalez about 45 yards in the air, headed over to, or trying to get over to Fuentes, number 6, taken away in the middle by Preston Hillis. Hillis with 7 goals this year for Nimitz. Hillis, one of 16 seniors, the Vikings with 5 juniors and 1 sophomore.
Take a look at Coach Fullerton. for the Nimitz Vikings.
They have now made the playoffs 4 consecutive years. Kim Fullerton in his 3rd year. And another goal kick coming up for Irving.
Well, it started out fast paced. Again, we talked about this before the game started, just in warm-ups, how the pace is a little bit more faster than last week's game between the ladies from the same schools.
First meeting resulted in a 0-0 tie. Herman Vieira being marked by Hillis as this one goes over the touchline, and a throw-in coming across the way for Nimitz. Nimitz in dark blue working from left to right. That one broken up over the touchline. It went off of Pedro Velasquez, number 2. Throw in Tigers. The last win over Nimitz by Irving came 3 years ago in 2012. Resulted in a 2-0 shutout. They beaten the Vikings just once in the last 11 meetings, so it's virtually been all Nimitz. Ryan Garcia as they drop it back.
And on that note, the Tigers hoping for a playoff push. After tonight's game, they only have 2 more left, and it's with the bottom 2 teams. So this would really do a lot for the program and their confidence that, they try to get a playoff push if they can win tonight against Nimitz.
Contreras sends it all the way over to Ibarra. And that one skips towards Marco Solis. On the right side to Balboa. Turns, trying to get clearance away from Fuentes. Again, Nimitz in district play, 8-1-2. Irving just 2-6-3. Nobody home to the center circle. The closest was Justin Zavala. Straight up, straight down off of the leg of Diaz. Short pass to Kevin Garcia. Sends it into the direction of Gonzalez, who has to range out to his right. And on one big hop, able to put the clamps on it. And will kick it away for the Tigers. This one very, very high across midfield. Ricochets and control by the Irving Tigers.
And no one really has an advantage wind-wise, at least as the game gets underway, because the wind is almost non-existent, about 40-something degrees outside, but not much wind.
And what a difference, a little more than 24 hours to make. This pitch was covered in snow, almost, it was completely frozen for about 10 hours. But you would never know it. The parking lots are dry. There's a few remnants of snow right there on the sidelines and behind the goal area. Don Danford, a Nimitz grad, guiding the Tigers. It's his 4th year. Also coached at Azle. Rodriguez not trapped, able to work it out to the center towards Ibarra, number 4. Ibarra feeds Luis Hernandez. Ibarra trying to step away from 2 defenders. He does. Centers and almost tripped, losing his balance as Andrade. This one to Preston Hillis. Hillis looking for Lopez. Lopez one-on-one with Adrian Contreras. Lopez still in bounds. Trying to center it, and kind of a half kick towards the direction of Gonzalez, able to get something on it.
This game being taped on March the 6th, a Friday, which is the day right after the big snowstorm and ice storm, as we have a corner kick about to take place, and you might see a little snow and ice in some places around ISS Stadium.
You ask people to name the worst thing about Texas high school soccer, and many will tell you it is the weather. It can be a little dicey. More than that, this is a header and well above the crossbar. Adrian Lopez with the header.
I thought you was going to say it's the ice around the stadium. That's what they don't like about high school soccer.
Well,
you can see it a little bit. You can see some of the ice there, just top of your screen.
A few lucky schools can take refuge inside indoor facilities. I know that Burleson Centennial and Southlake have indoor facilities, but the upside to limited practices, having a day off and letting the legs heal a little bit not necessarily a bad thing as we wind towards the end of the regular district season. But games have had to be rescheduled, and then practices were limited, and this isn't bad. I mean, they'll take this. No wind.
You know how the youngsters are. They're just warm-blooded anyway.
Didn't take them long to peel off those warm-up tops and get ready to play. Down the left side to Fuentes. Diego Fuentes with Solis over the touchline. Throw in Irving. Diego Fuentes.
There's somewhat's left over of Mother Nature.
That'll probably fall out by late Saturday. So what you didn't want to see on your way to work this past Thursday. Sebastian Diaz with the throw in. Trying to loop it to Fuentes. Fuentes shoulder to shoulder with Solis.
I was driving around an Irving neighborhood today, and this homeowner had at least a dozen little snowmen around his front yard.
Wow, he had the day off and then maybe
took
had
advantage
some help.
of it. might have.
Herman Vieira with the throw in. That one clogged up in the middle and broken up by the Nimitz Vikings. Now on the attack. Lopez feeds Balboa. All the way over, intended for Pedro Velasquez. And controlled by the Tigers for just a minute. Here they come back the other way. Sebastian Diaz. Diaz trying to get away from Alfaro. And sends it wide and a little behind number 9, Herman Vieira.
Oh, Vieira, he is so upset with that because he had worked his way free in the crease, and the ball just went right behind him. And one of the hardest things is that timing play where you try to hit your teammate crossing.
Off the chest of one of the Tigers, and Nimitz gets it back. Kevin Garcia trying to get started. He and Zavala there. Zavala number 11 taken away by Diaz number 13. Again, Zavala with 4 goals. Kevin Garcia with 16. He's 5th in the area in scoring for the Nimitz Vikings. Alex Eganu has 13 goals. This is Vieira. To the center, Andrade. On the rush, slipping down, and
he gets the call.
There's the foul, Johnny Ibarra. Push down.
Man, watch Ibarra. First of all, he came out of nowhere just to get to this point and then drag down from behind. So Irving will have the free kick.
And this kick will come inside 25 yards. Diego Reyes, 5'9" senior, in the nets for Nimitz. As the Vikings line up shoulder to shoulder, about 6 or 7 yards away from the upcoming kick. And who will take it? Is Diaz and Vieira. Vieira getting set. No, it's going to go the other way, the lefty, and a line drive effort. Rosas. And then on the second attempt, able to skip through Reyes. What a blast initially by Rosas. Jesus Rosas, number 17. The initial stop by Reyes. And then it gets through on the second attempt.
Let's watch the replay. First of all, it was the lefty that started things up, and it was a great save by the goalkeeper. But there on the far side with the putback, look, there, first of all, the save. Nicely done, but he could not do anything with it afterwards. And, boy, the disgust on his face because he made such an initial great save.
Ibarra. Is that one just inside the right goalpost of Reyes. 1-0 Tigers score in the 27th minute, or 29th minute, rather. Garcia.
Well, for the underdog Tigers, that puts a little pressure on the favorites.
Here's Garcia. floats it up high. In the middle, you have four, but reaching in front of them is Ivan Gonzalez. Gonzalez able to get to it first and got in front of Martinez, number 13. 1-0, Irving on top. Again, they score in the 29th minute. We have two 40-minute halves. Unlimited substitution. And Nimitz on the attack. Garcia trying to get away from Rodriguez. Ahead to Zavala. And broken up. Back the other way. Balboa. And that one angled towards Irving and cleared by number 8, Luis Mendez. Rosas. Down the far side to Andre. Still in bounds. This is Fuentes. Sends it over to Vieira. Vieira with Garcia. Run down on the far side by Johnny Ibarra. Here's Ibarra's attempt. And waist high on the fly. Saved by Reyes. 1-0, Irving on top. That one comes straight down behind Kevin Garcia. In a battle there with Jesus Rosas. Here's Andre trying to bleed through. Sends it shortly to Rosas. And a penalty called here. Going to be on Nimitz.
Yeah, reminiscent of what happened during the goal when Johnny Ibarra hustled so well, and he got pulled down. Watch the takedown right there as Preston Hillis, the senior, called for the takedown, and this looks familiar, doesn't it?
This one's set up about 10 yards to the right from the previous goal kick.
Well, they're talking about what they're going to do offensively, who's going to kick it and where they're going to go with it afterwards.
Rosas and Herman Vieira. And it's Rosas, and missed it to the right.
I was watching the goalkeeper, Diego Reyes, after that last goal. You see him there, number 24, and he was just sick about what had happened, what had transpired. You know, it's like in hockey. It's that, that first shot you can deflect, but you got to watch the follow-up.
He made the great save on Rosas to begin with. That was the hardest part. And then there was just enough clearance inside the right goal post for the score. So here come the Nimitz Vikings. Trying to get that down the right side, and they do to Raul Balboa. Balboa works it in the middle to Lopez. And that one cleared out by the Tigers off the back leg of Solis. Solis, as it goes over the touchline, throw in Nimitz Vikings. Raul Balboa will throw it in.
Jesus Rosas just did a good job defensively, sliding down to knock that out of bounds.
Balboa trying to get it to Garcia and batted away by Irving. So they'll scoot down a couple of more yards. Balboa. Here's Garcia. And that one off of Rodriguez, number 21. And they keep getting closer to that corner. Cleared, and Alfaro tries to send it the other way for the Nimitz Viking. Not Alfaro, Brian Garcia, number 3. And a foot race here. Open as the goalie comes out, Reyes. He had to in front of Rosas. And scooting over to pick it up is Gonzalez.
Kevin Garcia had a break that time for Nimitz, but he had no one to kick it to. So he just did a blind kick, hoping someone would be there, but it was all empty.
Zero the numbers in the first meeting, and Irving has taken an early 1-0 lead. Twisted, or trying to get twisted free is Vieira, number 9. Free kick coming up for the Tigers.
I don't think Nimitz has had a shot on goal yet, have they?
No, they haven't. Indirect free kick. It'll be number 9, Herman Vieira. As they bunch up towards the far side, Vieira from 42 yards out. They're set, and here is the kick. It is low. It's a nice kick and juggled briefly by Reyes, but able to make the easy save on the initial shot. And Irving has just got some great penetration, and that one almost skips around the goalie as Roberto Andrade was there for Irving.
Man, that almost backfired on Reyes, didn't it, coming out of the box?
Reyes had started towards the right, then readjusted, went back to the left.
He's yelling at his defenders about making the play a little further out, not letting it get so deep to where he has to commit.
Garcia trying to get it to Lopez over the touchline. Lopez was marked by Mario Rodriguez. Here's Garcia. Garcia on Rosas. Turns, looking. Balboa is there, and Garcia just with some footwork stepping over it, then on top of it, trying to put a little English on it. And another throw in for Nimitz. 21:45 left in the first half, 1-0 Irving. Kevin Garcia, 14 assists, 16 goals on the year, and a total of 46 points. And this one deflected, it's headed away, and run down by the Irving Tigers. Here they come down the left side. On the run is Fuentes. Fuentes being chased by Garcia. Trying to break free. And Diego Fuentes will feed number 9 with a quick toss in, Herman Vieira. Rosas. Here's Andrade. Trying to get it to Diaz, Sebastian Diaz. Another throw in. Back towards the middle. Jesus Rosas able to get to it first. Samuel Martinez there for the Nimitz Vikings. On the far side, over the touchline, throw in Irving.
Well, in this first half, we're halfway almost through the first half, and it's definitely been pressured on Irving's part. They've been the aggressor so far offensively.
Johnny Ibarra with a clean throw-in, being locked up arm in arm. A couple of defenders there, one of them Roberto Andrade. This one batted up high, waiting for it to come down, and on the far side, this is Garcia. Garcia trying to get started and able to get a little bit of a left toe on it. And Gonzalez with a quick move to the right.
Well, we've been waiting to see what Mr. Garcia could do with it once he has the opportunity. It's the first time he's really had a chance to show his stuff.
And the corner kick coming up. And Kevin Garcia is set on the move, and everything just broke down.
I don't see the sophomore Alex Iganu out there just yet. So they've got their leading scorer out there right now, so they've got one of the two.
He's the only sophomore on the varsity roster. And a goal kick for Ivan Gonzalez. Comes down and making contact with it first was Nimitz's number 17. This one over the touchline, throw in Vikings. And it'll be given to Raul Balboa. Short pass by Lopez. Back towards the center, here's Jesus Rosas. Left side, open is Fuentes, Diego Fuentes. Trying to get away from Balboa. Vieira. And Garcia's there for the Nimitz Vikings. They trail 1-0, 18:31 to go in half number 1. Far side, that was Pedro Velasquez. And being taken down is Adrian Contreras for Irving. Pops right back up. And this one able to skip through. And
Irving's got
too
a
far
lot
away.
Irving's got a lot of speed. I mean,
Yeah, Fuentes is fast.
Yeah, we saw Ibarra. He's quick. Serta started off pretty quick on the wing when we saw him try to force the issue offensively, but no matter what sport it is, speed will get you every time.
Short pass delivered, now kicked away. Lopez, number 20, drops it back the other way, takes a bounce towards Velasquez, stays in play. Velasquez almost shouldered down hard by Johnny Ibarra, number 4. Nothing happening there. Diego Fuentes got to it first. Fuentes with Andrade and number 9, Herman Vieira. And just to the left of the Irving Tiger bench, throw in Irving. Herman Vieira. On the run is Fuentes. Here's Fuentes closing in. Fuentes and Garcia there to take it away for the Vikings. Throw in Nimitz, Raul Balboa towards Garcia. In the middle, and a shot that went off of the back of number 8, Luis Mendez. .16-12 left in the first half. Raul Balboa. Balboa with Rosas. Far side to Guevara, Javier Guevara, that one gets away. Sebastian Diaz, and can't make anything happen for Irving. Hillis.
Tiger defense has played really well here in the first half.
Hillis trying to get that one to Lopez, number 20. And here's Hillis again, number 7. Ibarra behind Garcia. Diego Fuentes and gets a little shove from behind by number 23, Raul Balboa, with 15-11 to go in the first half. 1-0 Irving on top. Johnny Ibarra with a goal. Herman Vieira with a throw in for the Tigers. Looking and sends it to Rosas. Andrade, and trying to clear it out was Garcia. Here's Andrade, outnumbered 3-on-1, drops it to Vieira. Vieira with an attempt. It is off the corner post, off the crossbar, and the goal post.
That was closer than I think the goalkeeper thought it was going to be when he let that one go.
Goal post is still shaking. It's 8 feet high. The net from post to post is 24 feet wide. And sometimes you just can't get there in time.
Watch it again. Watch Vieira, and it starts tailing off, but man, he was just about the size of a soccer ball too high.
Sometimes when it hits the bottom of the crossbar, it can come straight down and not go over the goal line. I mean, about 3 things can happen. So the kick coming up, Herman Vieira, number 9. He's ready. The advancement, and that one ricocheted hard off of number 17 of the Nimitz Vikings. We don't have a 17 on our roster, but Rob, I think he's been in there from the start.
they substituted him about at the 20-minute mark.
Balboa trying to get free. Still with it. Balboa open, nudging it closer. And the shot on goal and the score. Javier Guevara. He ties it up in the 13th minute.
Well, that was all Balboa. Balboa set that up. Guerra scored, but watch him here. Look at the nifty work. Look at him dribble through. Bounced off the leg of the defender, number 17, Rosas. But that was all his job there. That was Garcia, wasn't it, number 10? I believe maybe that was Garcia, Kevin Garcia, that was setting things up. But for sure, Javier Guerra puts in the goal, and we're tied.
So Guevara, the junior, ties it up at 1 apiece. Ibarra ahead to Rosas. Hillis in traffic towards Lopez. And it'll be run down by Adrian Contreras. And there is Javier Guevara, number 5. And throw in by Ibarra. And Lopez kind of shaken up as he was thrown down on the far side.
Well, that's what, when we came into this match, that's really what we expected offensively for Nimitz, was being really aggressive and getting a bunch of shots on goal. And that man right there who leads the team in scoring, but he can also dish it out. And thanks to Kevin Garcia, that was just some great footwork down there. And the benefactor was Javier, who the junior was able to put that one in. But all the dirty work, the leg work, if you will, was done by Kevin Garcia.
He now has 15 assists on the year. Able to make it a new contest towards Fuentes. Mario Rodriguez got a foot on it. And Hillis takes it away for the Vikings. Here's Hillis down the far side, number 7. Lopez trying to work through. He does. At center circle. Hillis. There's Garcia. Turns. And the slide stop by Ibarra and the kick away.
Let's see how that goal affects Irving, who started out playing so well tonight. Coming in as the underdog and really had outplayed, I think, Nimitz up to this point. But sometimes all it takes is one goal and things turn around as Lewis Valley comes in for the Vikings.
He replaces that number 17. Little drop kick, shoved down, another attempt, broken up at the top of the box. Away from Garcia. And Nimitz quick to set up and a little behind number 6, Luis Valle. Throw in Tigers. It'll be looped in by number 21, Mario Rodriguez. And now we'll scoot down a little further. Give it to number 13, Sebastian Diaz, with 9:53 to go in the first half. We're tied at 1. Diaz feeds Rosas back to Diaz, number 13. Behind Rosas. Shoots it all the way across to Adrian Contreras. Contreras as Vieira tried to get open, and Diego Reyes got to it first for the Nimitz Vikings. Rosas with Lopez. Across the midfield stripe. Over to Andre, number 5. Andre with Hillis. Andre falls down. Is aided a little bit. Pedro Velasquez there for the Vikings. This one sails away into the night and will be run down with 9 minutes left in the half.
We came in talking about Nimitz, MacArthur, Jesuit. All three have already clinched a playoff spot. And you talk about MacArthur being in the postseason. First time they've been in the playoffs since 1992-93. It's been a good year for MacArthur athletics. As you take a look at the points here with MacArthur, Nimitz both with 26 points and Jesuit as well. Great year for MacArthur. You know, the football team, you know, made it to postseason. The basketball team at this time, you know, they're still in the playoffs. The girls went 2 or 3 rounds deep in basketball, so it's been a good year.
Rosas turns, and there with number 3, Brian Garcia. Yeah, the MAC boys of Toby Martin down the regionals.
Here's the replay. A little trip there, and down goes Jesus.
Yeah, the MAC boys, 26 wins and counting. They'll play Austin McNeil. What a big one that was last week. MAC beating Richardson 80-68. A team that had won 30 games. The Eagles of Richardson. Number 9, Herman Vieira. And on one hop, it deflects off the knee of Reyes. And cleared out of Ikes.
It's about the 5th shot on goal for Irving, and I think Nimitz is, all I can remember is the one that went in.
Kevin Garcia there on the far side over the touchline. Throw in Nimitz. It'll be Kevin Garcia to throw it in with 7:08 to go in the half. Garcia there with Balboa. Rivera. And back the other way thanks to Jesus Rosas. Still in play, and Rosas sends it downfield. Martinez there for Nimitz. Here's Guevara. And Irving had it ever so briefly as it goes over the touchline. Throw in Nimitz. Hillis towards Garcia, overshoots Garcia, now gets it back briefly from Lopez. Never did come back on. Johnny Ibarra on the far side to throw it in for the Irving Tigers. They took the early lead in the 29th minute, and in the 13th minute, Nimitz able to tie it back up. Make a new game of it. Pushed down and a foul
Against Vieira.
Number 7, Preston Hillis. Went down shoulder first. Skips over to Solis, number 21 on the far side. And off the right hand of Gonzalez. Great chance there for Nimitz. This one up about 45 yards high, comes right down right in front of Guevara.
There was about 3 mistimed jumps there in a row where they were jumping and the ball was still up in the air. Kind of a comical.
Well, I was looking for Gonzalez to get pushed down. And here's the kick coming up for Javier Guevara. He and Garcia both there, waiting for the whistle.
I'm the goalie. I'm like, ooh. Especially with Garcia lined up.
This from 30 yards out. It'll be Guevara, number 5. No, it'll be Garcia, and the lefty sends it and misses to the right.
Well, they had Mazel Martinez streaking that time from the right, and basically they're asking Garcia just to lob it across, get it in the crease, and try to get the putback, but it's just mistimed. Watch it again. I love the fake, how they fake it one way, and then see they tried to lob it in. to where Martinez could use his legs or head to knock it in, and just so this is one of those a lot of timing plays in soccer.
And when he jumped, he almost screened out Gonzalez. And Gonzalez with a goal kick for the Irving Tigers as it spins towards midfield. And here's Diaz. Sends it across the way to Johnny Ibarra. Ibarra behind Guevara. Still in play and controlled by Nimitz. And here's Irving off as it deflects the other way. And sent very high over the touchline and almost behind the bench of Nimitz with 3:22 to go in the half.
Ibarra and his teammates just pretty much said, let's get this one out of bounds. Somebody got it right off the head that time. That was Balboa. And Balboa took one for the team.
Cedrin Headache number 2. Trying to get through towards Lopez, number 20, and rolling over and almost going out of play, number 8, Luis Mendez of Irving.
Adrian Lopez, the big senior there, pushed him ever so slightly.
Just a friendly crosstown nudge. This one to Aro Rodriguez. And that one headed away by number 6, Luis Valle. Throw in Rodriguez. Fuentes trying to get started, and this one will end up in the seats about 10 rows up. We're tied at 1. Again, Nimitz 10th in the area in scoring, averaging 3 goals. They give up less than 2. Sebastian Diaz. There's a pump fake. Not yet. Scoots back about 2 more feet. Here's the throw in and right to number 21 who kicks it out of bounds, Marco Solis. One of 16 juniors for Coach Kim Fullerton. And the ball has been located, and another Irving Tiger throw in, Vieira. Nobody down the right side. Rodriguez the closest to it, and he controls it for the Tigers. Looking for Hernandez, and that will allow Reyes to move way out to his left, about 15 yards, and kick it away for the Nimitz Vikings. That one towards the track, but it comes down in play. Downfield, Martinez.
Offsides.
And a call here as we move inside of a minute, and the offsides against Nimitz. Goal kick coming up. As they finally get to it. Ron Gonzalez going to move up. Almost a goal kick himself the other way. About 45 yards in the air. Still suspended up high. And this time by Rodriguez. Overkicked it over the touchline. Throw in Nimitz. Scooped up by Luis Valle. He'll give it to Preston Hillis. Hillis will send it towards Gonzalez. And this one well over the goal line and well to the left of Ivan Gonzalez. And there is the horn, and that will end the first half. Irving scored first, and Nimitz came back on a Javier Guevara goal in the 13th minute. It is intermission here at Irving School Stadium in the District 9 6A Game of the Week. It is Irving 1, Nimitz 1. You're watching high school soccer on ICTN.
Second half just moments away here between Nimitz and Irving. Let's take a look at the scoring from the first half. 29-minute mark. of the first half. Jesus Rosa with the kick, stopped by Diego Reyes, but there's Ibarra with the putback. Nicely done, 1-0. Nimitz will even it up thanks in part to a hard work by Kevin Garcia. Watch the footwork, folks. Pass 1, pass 2, pass 3, and then feeds a wide-open Javier Guevara. Only his second goal of the year, but it comes at a great time at the 13-minute mark, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Nimitz, by the way, on a stretch where they have defeated the Irving Tigers 5 straight. It almost didn't happen last year, back in 2013, when they came back to win that game, and we may show you the flashback here later if we get a stoppage in play. But now with the call, here's John.
All right, Rob, the Irving Tigers now moving left to right. Nimitz, Mack, and Jesuit all bunched up towards the top of the district standings, all with 8 wins, all with 26 points. Nimitz have not made it to the area round since the 95-96 season, trying to win their 9th district game and their 15th overall. Nimitz and Mack, the two teams with the most total wins this year.
And that's why it's important for Nimitz to win this game, so seeding-wise, they can go in as number 1 and play the 4th place team, which right now is Mesquite, with just 5-5 over the district season.
Yeah, Mesquite right in the mix of things. Horn also.
Yeah, Horn in first place, Mesquite in 4th. With Burton and Lake Highlands trying to go for that 4th playoff spot.
So here's Nimitz down the far side in the direction of Lopez. Trying to, well, he
got the call.
Got the call there. And it'll be set up by Hillis. And Garcia trying to scoot it by Gonzalez with a short kick.
You know, he almost did. That thing was like in slow motion.
He took just enough off of it where I thought you would think Gonzalez would think this is coming in pretty hard, but it was a changeup.
Like a knuckleball.
Crossed him up all the way down there, all alone right now. Ivan Gonzalez in goal for the Irving Tigers. By the way, Ricky Velasquez is the number 17 for the Nimitz Vikings. Came in and played about half of that first half. Fuentes at center circle. Over to Rosas, Jesus Rosas with Hillis. Stops on Hillis, and Hillis takes it away briefly. And getting through, and the pass to Diaz. And here is Garcia for the Nimitz Vikings. Again, Kevin, 5th in the area in scoring, enters tonight with 16 goals. He already has an assist. That gives him 47 points, and that one over the line. And the worst of it is Diego Fuentes, number 6. Luis Mendez.
Dallas Morning News rankings, no stranger to the top spot, Capel, but then you see some names you really don't recognize in other sports, like Grand Prairie High School at 6th, Arlington Sam Houston at 8th. Those are some teams you don't see in football or basketball.
Hillis trying to get through 2 defenders and taken away. I don't think anybody's going to catch Dominic Folletto of Forney. He leads everybody in the most goals this year with 28.
Scoring machine.
So Nimitz trying to get control of it. Martinez at center circle. And this one over Valle. Solis was close to it. Throw in Irving. It comes to Roberto Andrade. Andrade with Solis. Andrade away from Solis. And do you send it back to the goalie, or do you take your chances? Here's Fuentes. Stays in bounds. Fuentes right on top of the touchline. They say play on. Fuentes and Rosas there. Hernandez.
Got the offsides call.
Just ahead of it.
Right idea,
And the goal kick coming up for Diego Reyes. Coppell and McKinney Boyd, 1-2. Plano West robbed the girls basketball team, the boys basketball team. Some of the best they've had in years. They've had a good all-around year. And there's your number 6 team right there.
Grand Prairie Gophers.
Got a player shaken up across the way for the Irving Tigers, and they have a stoppage of play here. Didn't see what happened across the way.
Let's take a flashback while we have an opportunity. Back in 2013, after a scoreless first half, Irving's Jesus Andrade steps up for the penalty kick, slams it home past the keeper, 1-0 Tigers. 13 minutes later, Reyes is awarded a penalty kick, and the shot stopped by the keeper, but Reyes pounces on the rebound, and we are even at 1 apiece with 20 minutes to go. With less than 5 to play, Christian Solis fires a shot that is stopped by the keeper, but Alan Pena is there to collect the rebound and find the back of the net as Nimitz gets the come-from-behind win over Irving 2-1 to sweep that season series with the Tigers, and they've won 5 straight over their arch rivals.
It's Roberto Andrade, number 5, and he's headed towards the locker room. His replacement is Adrian Contreras, number 1. So Andrade's shaken up enough to where he will head to the locker room.
Well, he looks like he's walking okay, unless they're just going to take him in there to tape him up or something. But
I really couldn't see what happened, but he'll leave. And here's Nimitz on the attack. Off the foot of Lopez. To the far side, Garcia trying to race to it and get to it. Over the touchline, throw in Nimitz. And number 10, Kevin Garcia, will throw it in. He's got Valle ahead of him. And that one didn't work out right. Fuentes with it. Trying to center it across the way, and he does to Aldaco. Ismael Aldaco, number 7 in. Headed back the other way by Brian Garcia. We're tied at 1 here at Irving School Stadium, 34-24. Left to play. They may add a little bit of time because of the injury to Roberto Andrade. Nimitz 8-1-2 in district play. Irving at 2-6-3, and
is there going to be a takedown or not? Yes.
Lopez goes down hard.
Kind of reminds me of what happened early on. Remember when Irving got the benefit of a play like that?
Man, Lopez was at full speed, number 20. Immediately grabs his right knee.
It's not like they made contact, but he went underneath him and forced him to jump up. So now here comes all the planning by the Vikings on how they're going to handle the shot.
Gonzalez has scooted over to the far right, now back towards the middle of the goal. You only have 3 of them. You got Zavala, number 11. You got Garcia, number 10, and Guevara, number 5. Zavala with 4 goals this year. And Gonzalez is ready. It'll be number 5, Guevara, after the double switch. And here's another blast. That one off the back leg of one of the Irving Tigers. Over the touchline, throw in Nimitz.
Oh, those are kind of fun to watch. Everyone you thought, well, it's not going to be that. Well, it's not going to be Zavala. It's going to be, but he couldn't get it over the wall. Javier could not get it over the defenders.
Luis Hernandez gets it started down the right side. Vieira, and he'll send it just away from Reyes.
Aldaco was trailing on the play for Irving.
They scored first. Ibarra made it 1-0. And a whistle and
another offsides.
Offsides, and Reyes tested here in the second half a couple of times. Diego, a senior, The backup goalie is Matthew Crutch, another senior. Second meeting between these two teams, 0-0. And the first meeting in February, Rosa's trying to bust through. Lost away he goes, and this one headed towards Vieira. Vieira centers in behind, and a collision as it went behind Hernandez.
Man, that was just, first of all, a bang-bang play, but a great setup. Watch it again. Vieira trying to hit number 16, Luis Hernandez, and just missing the mark.
Ismael Aldaco comes out, and Gerber Chavez, number 10, hustles on.
You know, Irving has pretty much doubled up the shots on goal than Nimitz has tonight. By far more chances.
And here they are. And here is Vieira.
Offsides.
Offside down the right side, and Vieira just a little bit ahead of the play.
Yeah, pleading his case. You know, that never works. Coach Fullerton. He's got a lot of players to choose from on the bench, but he's been pretty steady. He's maybe made one or two switches, but that's been the most of it.
And back the other way it comes, Luis Hernandez. Hernandez with Zavala, able to get away from him. Over Hernandez to Chavez. Chavez dribbles. Feeds Hernandez. And this one over the touchline. Inside of 30 minutes. That could be unofficial because of the injury to Roberto Andrade. Throw in quickly. And here's Garcia for the Vikings. To Lopez. Lopez with Ibarra. That one scored it away, and it comes to Rosas. Broken up by Garcia. Irving tried to work something down the far left side to Diego Fuentes. Rosas and the slide by Zavala. Still in play. Martinez off the head of Lopez. And the drive by Garcia is broken up, comes to Hillis. Hillis will shoot on a line caught waist high by Gonzalez.
And Kevin Garcia, right before that one play, he just trying to wind up that shot and didn't get all of it. You can imagine how someone with his magnitude of scoring goals, how hard he can kick that ball.
Preston Hillis with the attempt. He has 7 goals and 15 assists this year. And Vieira, indirect free kick. To his left is Ibarra. And here is Vieira. It is high, it is downfield and broken up. Lopez down the right side. Garcia is running towards the middle. Lopez still has control of it, stops, and broken up just outside the goalie box area.
Kevin Garcia, like you said, he was streaking down the side saying, man, if you could just get it to me, like right here, right there. Instead, he kept trying to dribble and get some space between him and Rodriguez. But, you know, it's easy for us to be up here up high and see where the play's developing. But, man, they had it set up where Garcia was in a good spot.
Yeah, they did. It was broken up by Jairo Rodriguez, and a corner kick coming up. Here's Garcia. And that one trying to get it to number 13. Here's a shot on goal by 11 and deflected away. Justin Zavala with a shot on goal as it ricochets away from goalie Ivan Gonzalez.
Zavala had a really good look at that. Watch the replay again. It bounces off and then he just winds up and The goalie is there to make the stop. Sometimes you hope that the goalie gets screened.
Mm-hmm. Another corner kick. Garcia able to track it down. He'll send it towards the direction. Here's a header and high over the crossbar. Mizell Martinez.
Nimitz now starting to apply some of the pressure, and it all starts with that man, number 10, Kevin Garcia. Had a little space there, but again, look behind your screen just to the right, behind the play. There's other guys crashing in, making the opportunities. He just couldn't get him to the ball.
Roberto Andrade comes on for the Irving Tigers. Andrade, who was shaken up, had to leave, back in there. And now he'll give way to Sebastian Diaz, number 13. So Andrade able to come back. And Diaz, a midfielder, on for the Tigers with 25+ minutes. Goal kick Gonzalez. Gets it all the way out to the midfield stripe. Zavala and Hillis. And taken away nicely by Rosas, number 17.
That last series, they had two players that just jumped over the ball, trying to get it to the third. Sometimes, if that works, it looks really cool. When it doesn't, you're like, should have just took it, kept going forward with it.
Hillis is to the left, and this one able to trickle through, but well outside Gonzalez's area.
Haven't you noticed, though, it seems like in the last 10 minutes or so that the Viking team starting to push it toward the goal more, getting more opportunities?
Yeah,
Nimitz
for
so.
Sure.
Nimitz is who I meant, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Vikings.
Thank goodness when they send these passes across the pitch, there's no crown. Some of these modern field turf stadiums and the fields, there's no crown at all, and soccer players really appreciate that, the flat surface. I know in years past, Rob, some of these stadiums, I won't name them, but there was such a severe crown in the middle that would actually end up and deflect a pass of about 30 yards across the field. It would end up maybe kind of a short hop as it hit the top of that crown and ruin everything on a play that was trying to be set up. Pedro Velasquez. And Velasquez.
I don't know how many games were played at the old Texas Stadium, but it had a really defining crown. You could set your camera down on one sideline and look across and just see the top of the head of Tom Landry.
Here's Chavez, number 10, trying to break free of Velasquez. Chavez still has it, feeds number 16, and he's pushed from behind by Zavala, number 11. That was Luis Hernandez. Yeah, you would try to set up a play on one side, send it towards the middle, and it would maybe end up a couple of feet behind your intended target. Crown was so high. Corner kick, Herman Vieira, number 9. We're tied at 1. Vieira sends it low. It bounces an attempt, perhaps another one coming up. And in traffic, taken away by Nimitz. But Irving right there, number 11, or number Mendez there. High and just high enough, leaping with a save as Reyes.
Well, just when I started to write off Irving and their offensive attack, last couple of series got some good looks.
Lopez. Andre. Rivera able to drop it back to Zavala. He'll feed Preston Hillis, number 7. Hillis gets it started towards Garcia. Garcia back to Hillis. And kicked away by Rosas, number 17. Rosas, good timing, stepped right in front of Hillis. And Hillis was kind of taking those short steps as if to let it go.
A strong shot. Well, he first of all, he gets away from Rosas. Gets a strong shot on goal, just to a couple of feet to the left of the goalie.
And Gonzalez with a goal kick. Hillis up high. Couldn't get control of it. Here's Hillis behind Andrade. Back in the middle towards Zavala. That one way down the other way towards center circle. No offsides.
Yep.
Chavez, yep, there it is.
It's about the third offsides against Irving here in the second half.
They got a guy in a squatting position, slow to get up for Nimitz. That's Preston Hillis, number 7. Now he's up.
He got tangled up at midfield in the last series.
Kick awarded to Mizell Martinez. Under 21 minutes. Sends it high. Trying to run to it is Guevara, number 5. In the corner, and who got it last? Throw in Nimitz.
Yeah.
Guevara. Short toss to Garcia. Garcia reverses.
Got like 3 guys shadowing him right now.
Back to the corner. Garcia going to send it about parallel to the crossbar. Another attempt coming up, and on one hop, dropping to a knee is Gonzalez with a save. And boots it the other way. And over the touchline by Garcia.
Foul called against Nimitz. Just saying, going over the back, giving Irving the opportunity to push it down.
And here they go towards Fuentes. And control by Nimitz's number 11, Zavala. Zavala ahead of Guevara. And there is Contreras for Irving. Nice move by Adrian Contreras. Ibarra to Chavez. Chavez turns, works it back, centers it up, shoots, and hits a crossbar. And off of the deflection right to Reyes.
Man, Nimitz very fortunate right there. What a great individual effort. Watch it one more time. Look at the footwork. It all starts with the footwork. And a strong left foot by Chavez just hits the top of the crossbar.
And Reyes had committed. He slid. And it was almost a 2-1 Irving lead.
And Chavez is winded, as one might expect after that last series.
Yeah, he's gassed. And Giovanni Umansor, number 22, is coming on. So a throw in for the Tigers. Johnny Ibarra scored the game's first goal. Trying to get it to Rivera, and it'll be a Nimitz throw in. Javier Guevara to Garcia right in front of him. Trying to get it back, and goes off of Umansor.
Second half, we've seen a lot more shots on goal, more opportunities by both teams.
Yeah, they have come in bunches. Around Hillis. Rosas. Up high towards center circle and headed by Garcia. Off of Rosas. Almost touched it. Solis. He turns back to Solis. And cleared by Garcia. Over the touchline, throw in Nimitz. And be chased down by Luis Valle, number 6, with 17 and a half minutes remaining. Deadlocked at 1.
Yeah, Vikings a couple of goals shy of their average, averaging about 3 a game.
19th game of the year for Nimitz. 18th game of the season for the Tigers. Hillis Steps over it. Able to get it to a teammate. That's Garcia. Garcia around one towards the center. Runs it down. Still has control of it. Sends it over to Guevara. And that one over the line. And throw in Nimitz.
I counted 5 white jerseys collapsing around Garcia on that last series where he was trying to dribble around the defenders.
Like bees to honey, they're going to collect. Preston Hillis with a throw in. It's a one bouncer to Lopez. Over the goal line, Lopez might have been shoved down. No
penalty
nothing
called.
Flagrant there. And the goal kick for Ivan Gonzalez.
He got a pat on the back.
There's some nice parting gifts. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Lopez.
Gonzalez downfield, headed by Zavala. Off of Chavez. Chavez and Garcia right there. Number 20, Rob, Adrian Lopez, he's everywhere for Nimitz. I mean, you look up and he always seems to be in the right position. 5'8" senior. There he is again, trying to get just outside the box.
He looks bigger than 5'8".
Yeah, he does. From here, looks about 6'6". Sending it towards Chavez, number 10. Chavez trying to step away from Garcia, and he does. And Garcia has the better angle and want to give it up right there and over the line. And goal kick coming up.
Well, Chavez, a little over exuberant here. He drags down the defender.
Yeah, man, right on the backside. This one going to sail well over the touchline and off of the grandstand railing. Pedro Velasquez able to track it down, run up, and the short toss to Zavala. Zavala and Andre there. Andre takes it away. And it's all navy blue right there. Number 7, Hillis to Garcia, or Lopez rather. Lopez. Right side intended for number 6, Vale. Still may end up with it.
It's amazing how sometimes, these guys practice so hard on different offensive plays, but how the ball just seems to bounce your way as he's taken down from behind there.
He's held.
Yep, and it will be Irving's possession. We do have, it appears to be a player down. Maybe a cramp by Brian Garcia. Is it number 3?
Yeah, it is.
Take a look at the series, John, and lately it's been the Nimitz by and large. You take the ties out of there, and they swept in 2013 and swept in 2011, 1-1 in 2012, and throw 4 ties in there. But predominantly the Vikings of Irving Nimitz. They do stop the clock. So a stoppage in play, and they're going to try to stretch out the cramp. By district, we'll take a look at what the next round entails. You see Mesquite Horn on top. North Mesquite and J.J. Pierce with 22 points each, and then you've got the fight for that last spot, which could be the Skeeters of Mesquite, or it could be Berkner Lake Highlands. A couple of games to go. That could flip-flop either way. Richardson hadn't won a game all year. They left their hearts on the basketball court.
May wear the collar this year. So Garcia trying to get some feeling back. Again, we're tied at 1.
Hard to fathom with it being the way it is and how long the season is that somebody could cramp up. You usually see that in August when it's hot outside. And
appears to be okay, though. Garcia. Yeah, you're right. That's when all the attention and the prevention before two-a-days are given. Can never stay hydrated enough in August and September. And we look out here and we got snow and behind the goalpost on the south end zone. You know, it may freeze Easter. Easter's early this year. I'm not saying it'll freeze, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. March has come in like a lion. They roll it over to Ibarra, number 4. Ibarra there with Lopez over the touchline, under 14 minutes to play. Irving scored first in the 29th minute. Vikings able to tie it up in the 13th minute.
Garcia back in. He did a quick breather and rehydrated himself. And going out was Ricky Velasquez.
Luis Hernandez checks back in for the Irving Tigers, and there he is, number 16. He'll give it quickly to Ibarra. And the throw in, trying to get it to Mendez, who was almost held. Taken down in the middle to Garcia. Brian Garcia, that is. Kevin Garcia is number 10. Here's Hillis. Down the right side. Holding up just a little bit to get something started here. Hillis feeds Garcia left side. Back to Hillis. You have Raul Balboa, number 23. There he is, Balboa. He's trying to shake loose, and he does. Balboa sends a shot and scores! Wow. He was able to get free, Raul Balboa. And the Nimitz Vikings take a 2-1 lead.
And that thing was shot out of a cannon, wasn't it?
It was.
Watch Raul come down there. He gets all bottlenecked up and just decides to let one rip. Right there. Gets good height on it. Top shelf. Vikings on top.
Gonzalez, the further he came out, the more it would appear that it would go behind him, and it did. So Raul Balboa gives the Nimitz Vikings a 2-1 lead in the 12th minute. And a takedown there. And a kick coming up awarded to the Irving Tigers. It'll be number 10, Gerber Chavez.
On that scoring play, Kevin Garcia, he was just right in the middle. He wasn't even near that. Maybe he was there just to draw the numbers away.
Chavez from 30 yards out. Here he comes. Here's the attempt, and it sails high and wide over Reyes. Got a little bit too much of it. With 11:43 left and a 2-1 Nimitz lead.
I think Brian Garcia has tightened up again out there.
And here they come out to attend to number 3, the 5'5" senior. And now the onus, Rob, for Nimitz is to keep Irving at bay.
Play keep away, or play softball, or hardball. Hey, let's play softball. Coming up next on the ICTN Game of the Week, Irving against Nimitz girls high school softball. That game will be held over at Nimitz High School. See how the girls look this year in 2015. You see the replay times on your screen. And then the following week, we have the girls' games. And then the following week, I believe we have a little hardball, a little baseball. Also on the docket, Nimitz and MacArthur. And the replay times throughout the week listed there as well.
Yeah, Brian Garcia going to come out almost flat-footed, not able to put much weight on anything. So he comes out, goal kick coming up for the Nimitz Vikings. And it'll be taken by number 13, Mizell Martinez. Again, Nimitz 10th in the area in scoring. They come in averaging 3 goals. They've got 2 so far. Sliding down is Contreras. In traffic is Zavala. And the Tigers' right side, Vieira.
And you know, John, you may see the opportunities present itself even more for Nimitz as the clock winds down, as Irving finds himself in a situation where they have to be more aggressive offensively, and oftentimes that leaves the backside open for you.
Temperature continues to fall. It's in the 30s right now as it goes over the touchline, run down by Irving. And who will do it? It'll be number 9 to toss it in, Herman Vieira. Here's Ibarra. Ibarra off of Garcia right in front of him, off the knee. Hernandez back towards the center. Vieira trying to step through. Vieira again, taken away by Garcia. Ian Lopez as they spread out across the way to Hillis. Up high towards Garcia. Guevara. And Garcia and intervening, and anything called? Nope.
Nope, don't believe so. You know, Guevara trying to pay back Garcia with the assist just then. And Garcia kind of lulled the Tiger defense a little bit.
Adrian Contreras made up a lot of ground. Closed in quick, and a corner kick for Kevin Garcia. Corner kick Nimitz. They lead 2-1. Under 10 minutes to go. Rivera back to Garcia. Garcia shoots towards the middle, trying to get it to number 20, Lopez. As it ricochets away. Oh, there's a twist down taken. Marco Solis took down the defender. Just locked him up with the right arm.
And the yellow card.
Yep.
Watch it again. Yeah, right toward the end there.
And Marco Solis will come out. And the yellow card with 8:52 to go. Luis Valle back in, number 6. So the Tigers with an opportunity here. Herman Vieira, number 9.
They do a good job here of stopping the clock. So when it gets down to 0-0, that's pretty much it.
Here's Vieira, floats it up high and headed away, trying to run it down in the corner as Evan goes awry. Nearest man to it was Yevi Fuentes. Goal kick, Nimitz.
A lot of bodies flying around on that last series.
See if they elect to have Martinez kick it away, and he will do so.
He's got a strong leg. Last time he kicked it right about midfield.
Pulls up those socks almost knee high. Takes about a 10-yard advancement. Off the head of Andrade. That's got a sting on a cold night. Catching one off the middle of the head about 40 yards. In play to Hernandez, Luis Hernandez. Trying to go left side, and there's Irving's number 17, Ricky Velasquez. Far side, on the chase. Lopez centers, broken up. There's Hillis. Hillis down. Zavala trying to move a couple of players away. Back to Hillis. Hillis shoots, and off the foot of Gonzalez. Nimitz trying to get it back. And Gonzalez able to stop it with a foot.
Well, Hillis gets things going with a quick release, and the goalkeeper unable to actually keep it out of play, and very fortunate there that the Vikings didn't get a putback goal.
Johnny Ibarra shaking up a little bit here. Got a corner kick with 6:46 to go and a 2-1 Nimitz lead.
You know, when Nimitz does these corner kicks, we don't usually see a traditional corner kick per se. Someone will come up, but I think this will be a full-blown.
Garcia overshoots everybody. Too much on it. Nobody had a chance in the middle.
We usually see a teammate come up, and Garcia will just tap it in, and then they'll feed it back to Garcia to work. That time he tried to knock it down in front of the goal, and no one was there.
So here comes Irving on the attack, trailing 2-1. Gonzalez. Can't take too much time here, but he got a sub.
Yep, sub coming in. Solis back in after the yellow card.
And here's the goal kick towards center circle. That skips away from Contreras. Over towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez with Balboa. He's getting a little testy here. Balboa shaken up. It's as if there is ice on the pitch tonight. Yeah, it's that kind of a night. Early March, and winter just won't let go.
Nope. That darn groundhog saw its shadow. You see what happens when that takes place.
Groundhog saw fog.
Yeah.
Snowy days, frozen toes. And Nimitz still in discussion, trying to take as much time as allowed. Kevin Garcia. And here we go. And that one off the shin of Rodriguez.
You notice every time the ball goes out of bounds, the Vikings are just a little methodical in their approach. Sense of urgency is long gone.
And it'll belong to the Irving Tigers as they try to loop it ahead of Fuentes. In play down the left side, Chavez. Chavez trying to get it towards the middle. He does, but cleared away by Nimitz. Across the way to Vieira. Barra taken out of the play there, but Irving gets it back and can't get it over to Vieira, number 9. Over the touchline, throw in Nimitz with 4:06 to go.
As time begins to dwindle down, the Tigers are going to have to be a little bit more accurate with their passes.
Brian Garcia in for Ricky Velasquez. 2-1 Nimitz on top. And here's the throw in by Pedro Velasquez. Trying to nudge it ahead to Lopez. Back the other way. Chavez, as the goalie comes out, Chavez is open left side. Nobody in the net. Chavez shoots and broken up by Hillis, number 7.
Man.
Hillis was right there. Didn't go in front of him, didn't go behind him, came right to him. Kevin Garcia.
Nimitz wanted the offsides call against Chavez that entire sequence. They kept looking back at the official, and luckily Hillis was there to play goalie.
Preston Hillis. So here's Irving again as it comes to Jesus Rosas with 2:55 left to play. Hillis trying to get control of it. To Lopez. Lopez and Garcia right there. Lopez, and that one's scorch free. Zavala trying to get to it first. Irving trying to set it up, and that one behind and a little bit too high towards Vieira.
Watch it one more time. Watch Chavez get past the goalie. Now this is when your heart drops if you're a Viking fan, and Hillis was there. He did have Pedro Velasquez behind him. But don't forget, you can't use your hands. You're not the goalie. All you can use your body, your feet. And the Vikings got away with one there.
Just stopped it with his 2 size 10s there. And a stoppage of play here. And a discussion as Balboa about to throw it in for Nimitz. Is this a warning here?
Must be.
Okay.
I think they're warning maybe Nimitz about the time they take to bring the ball out of bounds.
Balboa with a successful throw in to Garcia across the way. Over the touchline with under 2 minutes to go. And Garcia kind of nonchalantly able to trot to it. Pick it up. Check out the air pressure. And give it to Hillis. Looks good for Nimitz. Trying to go to 9-1-2 on the year and pick up 3 points. They've got 26. 2 other teams also have it as they try to keep it inbound towards a pylon.
Lopez that time, he just kind of screened his teammate where no one could get to the ball and just eat up some more time.
Balboa.
Went across the
line. So Irving with no time to waste, trailing 2-1. Got to get the right spot to throw it in. Now they do. Zavala. Garcia. Stops. That same tactic there in the corner.
Yep, just eat up the time.
Inside of a half a minute. Corner kick Nimitz as they're about to go to 9-1-2 and win their 15th overall game. The go-ahead goal by Balboa as they all come to the ball. If the time is right, with under 10 seconds, and nobody wants to do anything here, and that will do it. As the Nimitz Vikings get the go-ahead goal in the 12th minute of the first half. Mr. Balboa delivers for the Vikings as they win it 2-1. Irving falls to 2-7-3 in district play. They tied the first go-around. Nimitz able to win the second meeting at 2-1.
Let's take a look at the highlights of this ball game. We start with the first half, and it's Irving that strikes first. A good initial save by Diego Reyes, but Ibarra is there for the putback at the 29-minute mark. Nimitz will score, though. Watch the nice play there, the nice pass from Kevin Garcia to Javier Guevara. Only his second goal of the season. It comes at a great time, and then in the second half, Raul Balboa with the shot on, and Nimitz wins it tonight. Victorious in the end, and they keep that number 1 seed, John, right in their crosshairs, and I think that's probably just as important as beating a crosstown rival.
Pick up 3 points, trying to pull away from MacArthur and Jesuit. So the Nimitz Vikings win it by a final score of 2-1 in this District 9 6A matchup tonight from Irving School Stadium. For our ICTN production crew, for Rob Willman, once again the final score, Nimitz 2, Irving 1. This is John Nelson saying good night for ICTN and our Game of the Week.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,